The San Francisco 49ers, weil le Steelers 49ers have quietly landed a star player, and for some reason the conversation around him hasn't caught fire the way you'd expect. It's like everyone is missing just how important this signing could be for the team's future, and I want to break down why I think that's a huge oversight. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you, what do you think the ceiling is for this 49ers squad this year? How many wins do you realistically see them snagging? Is it 12? Maybe 13? There's a lot to unpack here because the team has a mix of youthful energy and hard-earned experience. Their defense is still on the younger side, which naturally comes with growing pains and inconsistent performances at times. Mistakes will happen. But on the flip side, the roster has a solid core across the board. There are some open competitions still going on in training camp, so a few spots aren't locked down yet, meaning there's potential for surprises. This blend of experience and emerging talent makes it tricky to pin down exactly how high this team can soar. But the ingredients for success are definitely there. When we look at the roster as a whole, there's a lot to be optimistic about. The core remains intact even after parting ways with some notable players like Deebo Samuel. While some fans might have strong opinions about that move, the truth is the team has maintained the foundation that's needed to compete at a high level. The offense showed signs of life last season, and with players like Brandon Ayuk and Ricky Pearsall returning, there's a genuine feeling that the unit is ready to push forward. Injuries really hampered their progress before, with key losses like Christian McCaffrey and Ayuk keeping the offense from clicking at full strength. But if they stay healthy this time around, especially with a key piece like Trent Williams in place, the offense should look much more cohesive and dangerous. Williams, when on the field and playing well, can be the linchpin that holds the entire offense together, opening up opportunities for the skilled players to shine. Defensively, the outlook is equally encouraging. Robert Saleh's return to coordinating duties brings a lot of excitement. He's known for his fiery passion and defensive acumen, and now that he's back in that role without the distractions of head coaching responsibilities elsewhere, there's a sense that the defense will reach new heights. The defensive line looks formidable, boasting 3 top 75 draft picks, led by the dominant Nick Bosa. Fred Warner remains the steady force at linebacker, and the secondary benefits from talents like Demore Lenore at cornerback. The defense is young but developing fast, and a couple of breakout players away from truly challenging for the Super Bowl again. That's a bold claim, but it's one grounded in the reality of what this team is building. It's easy to get caught up in narratives about whether or not the 49ers are Super Bowl or bust, a phrase that got thrown around a lot last season. But this year, the focus should be a little more nuanced. The team has undergone some changes and dealt with injuries, but the foundation for success remains strong. The offseason moves were smart, adding players who bring depth, versatility, and experience without disrupting the core chemistry. Luke Farrell, for instance, offers another reliable option at tight end, adding layers to the offensive scheme. But the real standout signing might be Demarcus Robinson, a veteran receiver who's been flying under the radar. Robinson is an interesting case because his numbers don't jump off the page if you only look at receptions. But when you dig deeper, you find a player who excels at making the big plays that matter most. Robinson's career has been somewhat overshadowed by bigger names, especially with the arrival of Devontae Adams pushing him out of the spotlight in previous teams. But Robinson's ability to catch deep balls and find the end zone is impressive. Last year, he averaged over 16 yards per reception, ranking 6th in the entire league for yards per catch. He also hauled in 7 touchdowns, putting him 18th in the NFL for scoring receptions despite having only 31 catches total. That means he's highly efficient when it counts. In a league dominated by spread offenses and 3-wide receiver sets where targets are spread thin, having a guy who can make explosive plays in the red zone is a massive asset. The 49ers now have that weapon, someone Brock Purdy can rely on when it's time to push the ball downfield and finish drives. Adding to that, Robinson ranked 3rd in the league for average depth of target last season, which tells us he's not just a possession receiver. He's a genuine threat to stretch defenses vertically. That kind of skill set complements the existing offense perfectly and gives the 49ers more options in the passing game. It's clear to me that this signing has been massively underrated, and I expect Robinson to have a bigger impact than most people are giving him credit for right now. Albert Breer, a well-respected analyst, even hinted at the kind of versatility and depth the 49ers have managed to build during the offseason. The roster may have lost some players, but they've also added key pieces that could push them deeper into the playoffs. The expectation for this team, at a minimum, should be to reach the divisional round. That's a realistic and fair goal given the talent on the roster and the schedule ahead. Of course, everyone wants to see the team go all the way back to the conference championship and beyond. But first things first, they need to get through the earlier rounds of the playoffs with health and momentum on their side. Considering they're coming off a season with a disappointing record and several injuries, this is a positive step forward. It shows growth and a willingness to build smartly for sustained success, not just quick fixes. There's also the intangible factor of energy and leadership. Robert Saleh returning full-time as defensive coordinator means the defense will have a fiery leader who thrives when he can focus solely on his passion. He's not weighed down by the grueling demands of head coaching anymore, which should translate into better preparation and in-game adjustments. Meanwhile, the offense can lean on Christian McCaffrey returning to health. The 49ers didn't draft a direct replacement for him early in the draft, signaling their confidence that McCaffrey will be ready to contribute at a high level. Alongside Trent Williams, Saleh, and McCaffrey, this team is poised to win at least 11 games if they can stay healthy and execute. That said, the youth on the roster means there will be some inconsistency. Young players like CJ West and Mike Williams might have rough patches, and the team will face challenges typical of developing squads. But the upside is huge. Every time doubts creep in, you can point to players like Bryce Huff who add a spark and make you think the future is bright. The 49ers have a ton to be excited about. Not just the veterans and the big-name stars, but also the emerging talent that's flying under the radar. There's a buzz around the team as training camp approaches, with expectations steadily rising. We're just days away from seeing all of this come to life on the field, and for fans who have followed this team through ups and downs, the excitement is real. The blend of experience, young potential, smart acquisitions, and a coaching staff led by Saleh's passion makes this team one to watch closely. The question now is, who are the young breakout players nobody's talking about yet? Are they names we know like Renardo Green or Dominic Payne, or are they unknowns like Naya or Jordan Watkins? Whatever the case, this roster feels deeper and more dynamic than it's been in a while, setting the stage for a season full of promise and maybe some surprises. As we continue to unpack the potential of the San Francisco 49ers this season, it's important to delve deeper into the nuances that could define their success or expose their vulnerabilities. One of the biggest questions lingering over the team involves how the younger players will step up to the challenge of a demanding NFL season. The 49ers have never shied away from trusting youth. In fact, their draft and development philosophy often revolves around molding raw talent into reliable contributors over time. This approach has its pros and cons, naturally. On the positive side, it injects the roster with energy, speed, and a hunger to prove themselves on the biggest stage. On the downside, it can lead to inconsistency, with moments of brilliance mixed with errors and growing pains. The key for the 49ers will be managing this balance, harnessing the upside of their young players while mitigating their inevitable mistakes through coaching and veteran leadership. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A major buzz is circulating in the NFL community as rumors emerge regarding Christian McCaffrey and his unexpected absence from the field. Sources suggest that the San Francisco 49ers have confirmed a doping violation involving the star running back, which could sideline him for a staggering 2 years. If true, this revelation would not only shake the 49ers organization, but also send shockwaves throughout the league, as McCaffrey has been a key player since joining the team. The whispers started gaining traction after insider reports hinted at a doping investigation involving McCaffrey, who has been a consistent offensive powerhouse. Known for his versatility and explosive playmaking, the 49ers have heavily relied on his ability to change games. Now, with speculation that he might face a 2-year suspension, questions are mounting about how the team will adapt without one of its most dynamic athletes. While the 49ers have yet to release a full statement, the alleged confirmation has fueled a whirlwind of debate among fans, analysts, and fellow players. Many are wondering how such a high-profile athlete could become entangled in a doping scandal, considering McCaffrey's clean reputation throughout his career. The potential impact on his career trajectory is significant. A 2-year absence could drastically alter his standing in the league and his future contract negotiations. Meanwhile, the NFL is expected to address the situation formally, as doping cases typically lead to extensive investigations and appeals. The league has strict policies in place, and any confirmed violation usually results in serious consequences. For the 49ers, the timing could not be worse, especially if they were counting on McCaffrey's contributions to their upcoming seasons. This rumor, still unfolding, has sparked conversations about the pressures top athletes face and the lengths to which some might go to maintain peak performance. It also raises questions about the effectiveness of doping controls and the ongoing battle the NFL faces in keeping the sport clean and fair. Fans are closely monitoring the situation, hoping for clarity and hoping McCaffrey's side of the story comes to light soon. As this story develops, the football world remains on edge, grappling with the possibility of losing one of its brightest stars to a doping scandal. Whether this will turn out to be a devastating blow for McCaffrey and the 49ers or just an unfounded rumor remains to be seen. But the chatter is certainly loud and impossible to ignore. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.